It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the 49ers and the reigning Super Bowl champs. Coming up next.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. Their next set as they match up with the San Francisco 49ers. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. Had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
To get this one started. And with towels waving, we're underway from Heinz Field. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And what I enjoyed in preparing for this game was talking not just with the coaching staff, but with him as well. And I found it interesting that the coaching staff sees him one way, and he sees himself an entirely different way.
Yeah, one thing he said he's always working on, we know he's not bad at this, but his footwork, always wants to improve that, and that's something he's going to focus on here.
And what was so funny, what the offensive coordinator said right off the top, he's got great footwork. Love his footwork. So this guy is never satisfied.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Check. He's coming. He's coming. Double up. Check 13. Check 13. Check.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
Get ready.
Defense had a chance to get off the field here. The opening drive couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, the other just had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Ambry Thomas up to make the play defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He'll look to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Going up top. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
Go, baby.
And into the end zone. Touchdown. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
Now the try here for the point after. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. the end zone for a touchback. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead.
Got a man that's caught inside the 10. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk. 63 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Harris starts the drive on the ground, shrugs him off. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him, or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Adams. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? Back to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Anytime that ball comes to me,
Zach
I'm trying to take it to the house.
an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 83 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Let's go, folks.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Looking deep for Adams. It's caught inside the 25. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Devontae Adams, 67 yards. And the Steelers on just 2 plays have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Out to his left. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Lance now on 1st down. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. The 49ers are going to turn over the special teams crew. The field goal unit is out there now. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good. And that'll bring them back within 4. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the turn.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
Not
way.
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He gets it complete to Harris. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Looking from the gun, Lance. He'll dump that one off to Mitchell. So the completion gets him just a yard. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Lance looking to throw it. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And a trio of touchdown passes so far. They've got the lead as well. All is good in their football world at this point.
And it's so much fun for our colleagues, right? Think about our producer, our director, everyone putting together these shots. When you look at me in the truck right now and hear him calling for it.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know,
and down he goes. The 49ers get there. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Y'all playing the wrong foot. 79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw here. Looking deep for Adams. They got his man. Complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
And that wound up traveling an even 58 yards in the air, according to Next Gen stats. Now Young Ku for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Following the touchdown, here's Ku to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. You know, normally he's probably pretty happy with his performance at this point. He's played pretty well. Bottom line, they're down on the scoreboard, so I'm guessing he's not that happy.
No, the fantasy owners who have him for this week, oh, they're happy with what's going on. But for him leading a team, trying to win a ball game, I agree with you. Not happy at all. Trying to figure out how to up his game and inspire his teammates to do the same.
That's a true leader. And he's brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, Their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation. From the gun, it's Lance. Checks this one down, it's Mitchell. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
This is taken at the 10. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Looking deep for Adams. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. You know, normally he's probably happy with how he's playing. He's playing pretty well, but in the second quarter, you look up your team's losing. I don't think any quarterback's satisfied.
Not at all. What they're really seeking is how do I play even better and inspire my teammates to do exactly the same in order for us to get back on top on the scoreboard. That's when you find out you have a quarterback. If they're just satisfied with their stat line,
they're not really a leader.
Not at all. You just have a guy playing the position.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete. So touchdowns on their first 2 drives, but looking like that won't be the case here.
Yeah, it looks like someone put their dukes up a little bit, doesn't it? Maybe decided to finally make a stand because those first 2 drives, they got run over. Now, finally, got their feet under them, got a little bit of balance, they're getting off the field.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. He has certainly made the most of his catches so far, both of them going for touchdowns here in half number 1.
And we've never met a team that doesn't talk about getting off to a fast start and featuring guys that they want to have the ball early. We're seeing both of those come into play here. Off to an incredible start. Got their feature guy going, and now everyone else should have opportunities.
You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Powers through it. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Lance. Kittle catching the slant. And he's got room. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and run for it. And he didn't get there. Knocked backwards to the 2-yard line. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Steeler D will celebrate the goal line stand.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Eluding the pressure right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. On 2nd down, it's Harris. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here at half number 1. Back to throw here. It's brought in by Harris. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking deep for Adams. And this is caught. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We begin in the AFC. Houston from the south taking on Cleveland from the north. And it's the Browns who have the lead late in the first half. The former Gator, Kyle Trask, with a touchdown pass. From there, it's over to our nation's capital to check on the football team at home at FedEx Field. And that one's at halftime with them leading the visiting New York Giants. Teddy Bridgewater with a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. 2 touchdown passes there for Marcus Mariota. We continue on with a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Niners. And it's been the passing game that's been the story. They have feasted on this secondary to the tune of 200-plus yards already through 2 quarters. And meanwhile, for the Steelers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half, but when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, it doesn't matter where you put him, lined up in the backfield or split out like he was there. He can be a weapon when he gets that ball in his hands.
Yeah, and this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going a long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now Lance. And that was going to be off target and incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On second down now, it's Mitchell. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Lance to throw it. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Touchdown 49ers! George Kittle from 10 yards out. And the 49ers are back within a score. They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You got to be careful right here.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Hey, check.
They'll drop the throw. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed down him quickly and held him to a short game.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Throwing on first down is Lance. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. T.J. Watt able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that's going to tie things up now at 28. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Taken in at the 22. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Trey Lance of the 49ers set to go back on offense here. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatic.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six. For a Steeler touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Yeah, the 49ers getting set to trot out there. They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Shotgun now for Lance. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown. Elijah Mitchell. 75 yards. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will tie our game here in the third. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot.
It's caught inside the 25.
Go time, baby.
And in for the Steelers touchdown. Terry McLaurin, 71 yards. And the Steelers on one play have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of poise, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Runs through the contact. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Right back to Mitchell on second down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. On third down, Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Throwing now is Lance. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
On third and long, it's Lance. And the Steeler pressured too much here. He's going down. Fletcher Cox coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up fourth. Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, that shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
Here's Michael Pilardi now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Back to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nick Bosa picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on third and long.
Check 50, check 50. 60 Eagle.
They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And it's complete to Adams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on fourth. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. His throw incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Now, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jason Verrett, he'll get the sack as he provides a heat off the corner. Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Well, the terrible towels here at Heinz Field out in full force. Here's 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Cameron Hayward attacking off the edge that time. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. They're going to look to throw. Flush to his right. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
I like his thought process and his ability to move and get downfield. But what I didn't like was the final decision, to go out of bounds. They want to keep the clock moving. Instead, they give the defense an extra timeout.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is not.
Touchdown! Devontae Adams with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Steelers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try to ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
So they go with the pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
This is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return, then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be a second down. From the gun, it's Lance. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 84 yards. And the 49ers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Carlson now to have the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Our teams in this jersey from anymore, because he was really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a big game trade's going to happen, but good thought. On second down, this is Harris. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Mitchell. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 6 yards left on 2nd down. Lance going to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
On 1st down, Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. Throwing again on 2nd down, Lance. Buying time to his left. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
On 2nd down, it's Mitchell. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that'll bring him back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, fourth quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Out comes Devontae Adams in the offense for their next drive. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
Oh, no.
Throw your mic out there. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Javon Kinlaw. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. When you see a quarterback retreating away from the line of scrimmage toward the other goal line like that, usually doesn't end well.
You're exactly right about that. Normally, if they're moving from side to side, they've got a chance maybe to get back upfield. He was trying to shake defenders and extend the play, but it doesn't work out very well for them at all. You need those extra yards on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now you're digging a hole for your offense.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Uncorks one for Davis. A leap, and he will make the catch. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. If you pull up this college highlight reel, you will see no shortage of great throws, and here's one in his NFL debut for big yardage.
And this is going to be a big test early in his career. How accurate can he be on throws like this? If he keeps doing that, he's going to be just fine.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On second down now, it's Harris. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. So a nice throw there, and CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come with experience, but right now we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays, and the right reads.
26 man. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Looking for the end zone. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
Let's rock, baby.
And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This one fielded at the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown. Looking for the pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Now Lance. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Lance to throw for it on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. They'll set up to throw. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time, separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute, they want their opportunity, and he seized his. This
one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So Lance and the Niners down by 13, a little over a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Here's Lance. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Lance now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in on our referee.
Hey, we don't need no more penalties right here.
I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Dancing to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Illegal forward pass, offense.
Oh, they hate Take that. Wipes out the big play.
And I know this is the NFL, so they would probably fine you for this type of a penalty. But when I was in college, you used to have to do up-downs for the number of yards that you cost a team in a big play.
He's going to let it fly. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call.
Why did they throw that on?
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball, and if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. One final try now for Lance. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Steelers, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.